On today's video, we're making a wooden grill scraper.
This is the Old Guy Network.
Yep.
Welcome back to the Old Guy Network. Nice to have you back here in the trailer hood. I'm Jay, the OG, the old guy as it were, and it's beautiful out today. A little warm. It's about 84 degrees, somewhere around there, so I'm just loving life. And I got to tell you about something somebody was talking to me about the other day, and that was his brand new barbecue grill. He was so excited, and then we were talking about the tools that he'd have to buy to use the grill, and he talked to me about a wooden grill scraper, and I said, what? I've never heard of a wooden grill scraper. He got turned on to him a couple of years ago when he had an old grill. Apparently, when you use a metal scraper on the grill, well, you put little shards of metal on the grill. That can get into your food, and I'm no expert, but I think swallowing shards of metal is probably a bad thing. I have one of those plastic ones, but, I like to heat up the grill a little bit, and sometimes that melts. So I thought, hey, a wooden grill scraper sounds like a pretty good idea. So I did a little investigating on the interwebs, and I see them just about everywhere now. And one of the places I saw them was at Home Depot, and they're about $21 a piece. And I thought, oh, that's just ridiculous. I can make one for a lot less. So that's what I done did. Let's go out into the shed, and I'll show you what I've done. Welcome to my shop. Take a look around. Make yourself at home, but don't touch anything, and don't ask me to borrow my tools. First thing we're going to need today to do this little project is a piece of wood. Now, most of the grill scrapers that I've seen online, they're made out of hickory, which is a hardwood. There's a few that were made out of softer woods. I don't suggest we do that. Like cedar, some people use cedar. I'm going to use a hardwood because it lasts longer. I can't get hickory around here, but I can get some oak. And the best place to find oak? Pallets. Pallet wood. I got a piece right here. I'm going to run this through my planer, then I'm going to clean up the edges on it, make a nice little board, and then we'll get started. And just like that, look at this. I got a nice little board. Nice little board to use. It is square, it is uniform, and we're all ready to go. This didn't cost me anything except the time and the electricity and, the wear and tear on the saws to make. So I just put this on my planer, then I put it in the joiner, did one edge, then I put this in the on the table saw, cut the other edge, run this part up against the fence, and so I got a nice board. And I used my compound miter saw to cut the edges off, the ends, and this is now 13.5 inches, which, like I said before, I didn't even know these things existed about a week ago, so I think that's okay. First thing we got to do now, or the next thing we got to do, I should say, is we got to put a place for the handle. And I'm going to do that right now. It's very, very easy. Okay, using my speed square, we're going to put the handle right about there. And yeah, that looks good. And why don't we do a 45 on it? Now what I'm going to cut out is this part over here and this part over here, and I'm going to do that on my bandsaw. There we go. Now we have a nice handle. Now we just have to shape this a little bit. All right, that's not too bad. That's looking pretty good. And you can see the basic shape of the scraper now. This is going to be the handle, and up here, of course, is where the blade is going. Before we do anything else, we're going to round this off just to make it a little more comfortable. Okay, that's not bad. Now to give it a little bit better shape, I'm going to use my router, and I'm going to go around the edges, make it a little more comfortable to hold on to. I'm going to do everything except this end right here. All right, kind of looks like some sort of scraper, doesn't it? So we've got a nice comfortable grip on the top. This is going to be the top of the scraper, and then we'll leave it flat on the bottom. And it should be pretty good. Now I'm just going to sand it down real quick, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do to this part. Here, let's get it in frame. This part right here. There, now I've got all the lines off it, and it looks pretty clean. This actually almost looks like a scraper now. Where are we going? There we are. Now what I got to do is I'm going to put a blade right there. The front of this is going to be the blade. So we're going to put a cut right here, and I don't know if it's 10 degrees, whatever the heck it is, but we're just going to do it on the belt. That way I can keep a good eye on it, and I can make it, you know, any angle I want, and when it looks right, that's when I'll stop. Well, I'm not really sure what this is supposed to look like because I've never seen one of these in person, but I think that looks pretty good. Here, let's get over here. And now we can move on to the next step. No, we're not quite done yet. Almost finished, but you know me, I have to put this on my laser. I got to put my logo on it. Oh, and before I do that, I've got one more thing that I have to do. I want to put a little hole right there so that if I want to hang this up with the rest of the grilling tools, I can do that. So let's do that with a Forstner bit, and I just happen to have one right there. And it did cut all the way through. That looks pretty good. It's a little splintery there, but I'm just going to sand this up real quick, and Then we'll be able to move on to the laser. So that looks pretty good right there. I like it, but before we move to the laser, you notice I did not get that perfectly centered, and that's okay. And you will notice too that there's a crack right there, but I don't think that's going to be that bad. What I'll do is I'll just put a little drop of glue on there, put a clamp on it, and then I'll meet you over by the laser. How's that? And as you can see, look at this. I've got the logo on there. That's right, I'm the plastered chef. It looks pretty good. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. Even though I've never seen any other ones in my life, not in person. I've seen a bunch of them on the internet. Now, as I mentioned before, I made this at 13.5 inches. I just wanted it to be a little further away from the grill, you know, as far away as I could make it. Because you got to have the grill on when you treat this, and that's what we're going to do right now. First thing to remember is you want to turn up the grill as high as you possibly can. Right now I'm at just over 300 degrees. I'm going to let it heat up just a little bit more, and then we're going to get started. As you can see, we're about 350 degrees right now, and it's really hot out today, so I'm not going to wait until this thing gets up to 400. I think this is going to be all right, but what do I know? All right, as you can see though, it is hot. It is pretty damn hot. And the first thing you want to do is you want to position the scraper on your grill so that you get as many of the notches on it as you can. And you know what? Right there looks good. And I'm just going to let that burn. I'm going to move it back and forth a little bit. And we're going to burn the notches right into the wood. We only have to do this once. And look at that. Now, as you use it, the notches will get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger each time. And that's a good thing, because if we put this on here, you can see, if I give a little force, it's taking the stuff right off. Now, the deeper the notches, the more stuff it's going to take off. That's not bad. Now, after further review, two things that were incorrect. At the Home Depot, they have these scrapers for about $29. So that's quite a bit of money. And the second thing is that I did not burn the notches in 100% correctly. I should have taken the scraper and gone up and just burned it right down inside the little tines on the grill. It'll work the way I did it, but not as well. So when you do this, if you do this, make sure you do it almost, 90 degrees right onto the grill itself. That's it. And this cost me, I'm not including the cost of the laser or my time or anything like that. The material that I used cost me $0. That's right, $0. So you can order these off Amazon. Not mine. You can order other ones off Amazon or Etsy, or go to Home Depot and pay $29 for them. Or you can get a piece of pallet wood and do it yourself. I say do it yourself. Next time I make one of these, I'm going to make them a little bit wider. I might have to bite the bullet and actually buy some wood, but I will do that. Because I like the idea of a wooden scraper. I like wooden stuff. So that is it for the Old Guy Network. Oh, one other thing that I messed up on. Yeah, this is an oak. No, I did have some oak. Couldn't use it, so I used this instead. I'm not even 100% sure what it is. It is hardwood. It could be poplar. I'm not positive, but it is a hardwood, and it works. And that's it. That'll do it for the Old Guy Network this week. Thank you so much for spending some time with me here in the trailer hood. And I'll see you back here next time. For the Old Guy Network, I'm the old guy, the OG, Jay.
And I'm out.